Erev Pesach together. Was it nice? No. Alright, so let's get grounded. It's been a minute. Nothing has to happen. Just leave it sitting together. It's okay. It's good. Thank you. Good. No, just a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take some wine. Welcome everybody. Welcome back. How's everybody? I'll just check in with you now, quick. Everybody have a feeling? Alright, let's wrap it up. So we'll start. Name and just how you feel quick. I don't know, just
Feeling excited. Freshness. Excited to be here again. Excited to Where do you feel that? Shai Brave. I'm excited to be here.
Shall we begin? Mr. Shir. Happy to be back.
I'm nothing. Feel home.
I'm going to Yui. I feel a lot. It's good to be back.
You don't have to, only if you want to. If you know you don't want to, it's fine. Only if you want to. If you knew and you don't want to, that's fine. Look at the eyes, that's it.
I do not mind.
Okay, so
Welcome.
yeah. I want to see you, man. Why don't you come in? Huh? No, I want to see him. Yo. Yes, that's right. Okay, thank you. No? Yeah.
What exciting. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah.
Multi-productive. Feeling power.
Recording in progress.
Sorry. Feeling calm and excited.
Nasha Blake. I'm new here, so I'm excited, a little bit nervous.
I'm Moishi. I'm old here, and I'm still anxious. A bit anxious of the unknown, but I'm feeling very close and safe. I know it's going to be a good time. It is a good time already. Happy to be here.
I'm Moshe, and it's really good to be here. Yeah, I know there's, it's going to be a lot of big, it's going to be big breakthroughs coming from this because we've stopped for a couple of months and now we're coming back into this and everybody's in a different place. So, Hashem, they're all
Everybody's in a different place.
yeah, everybody's in a different place. It's Tushim Pegamo, and so it's going to be, we're going to, Zrat Hashem, we're looking forward to Chodesh Nisan, a really powerful Chodesh Nisan, Chodesh Regeula. You know what? Why don't we? Let's raise the expectations. It's going to be a different Pesach than it ever was. Why? How? Because when we started, we were talking about, remember the fastball and the seeing the ball coming. The ball is coming coming so fast at you. The baseball player or the tennis player, and it's 100 miles per hour. How does he see the ball? Come in. There's one right here. You can come in right here. So, how does he see the ball? How can he see? In other words, 135 mile per hour tennis ball, and how do you see it? Like when you watch it, it just looks very fast. You can't see it, but then it slows down. So we started off with that, and the way he sees it is, it's by training the eye. He's very present. He doesn't get excited that the ball is coming so fast. He just watches it come. He doesn't get excited. He's very present. It's not here yet. It's going to get here when it gets here. So with that, you can slow down. The more present you get, the more you can slow down. The fastest thing, you can slow down. You see that? It comes so fast that you can slow it down. So what's the nimshal to that? What's our avoid in that? The avoid is that the more present we are, the more you can stop when this fastball is coming, and you can see, instead of finding yourself in a spin, finding yourself angry or not knowing what's bothering you, you're aware of what's bothering you because you're present. So last year or 2 years ago was the first time we heard that concept. And this year we trained for 2 years already. So now you're a proper hitter and a proper catcher. So you're present. Everybody here is toned down from, let's say like this, present or completely aligned with the noise. Everybody's at least this way, 60 degrees back. So there's definitely a level of quietness and there's a level of presence within. So this year Pesach is going to be something else. We're going out of Mitzrayim, Pedro. It's like whatever your machshava is, wherever your mind is, that's where you are. If you think of, you hear a song, you think of food, your body responds to it. So which means that whatever my mind is, that's where my body is. So if you can go in your mind, if we can go in the mind that you're in Eretz Yisrael, Machda Eretz Yisrael, if you can go there in your mind, then you're there. There is Avodah Min L'Fada B'Mitzrayim. We were enslaved. The body is beaten. I can't get into the body. I can't. I still breathe. I don't fully breathe because my body is too tight. So that's why Kim Pesach, where we're going into Lachamoni, we're going into the matzah. The matzah shows on zero ego. The matzah is Kilo Yachli. Okay, they didn't have enough time for the challah tziyidin, for the dough to rise, and because they were kicked out of Mitzrayim. What does that mean? And that's why we eat matzah, because they were carrying on their backs and they were eating, and the dough didn't have time to rise. But what does that mean? Yes, that's what it means in Olam Asiyah. But what was happening all the way up? There's something that's holding this. something that's pushing this. There's a connection all the way. So that means that when the moment came, when it hit, when Makas B'choros hit, when there was exactly crack in the middle, in the center of the world, now listen, this is not Kechatzois, it's not missing the mark, it's splitting, it was exactly Chatzois, like exactly where the illusion of veil comes together and it was cracked open. That was where they hit the B'chorim. So when that moment came, when that moment happened, everybody was out of Mitzrayim. When that moment came, when that moment happened, and there was that one flash of Chachma, one flash of Chachma, one moment, 1 second of contact. What does it mean, one flash of Chachma? You ever have you have a week that you're inspired, 2 weeks that you're inspired, you have an inspiration and you're looking to, there's anxiety, you're anxious, and there is, you need to, you take on new achlatas, you take on new things. When that happens, if you trace that back to what triggered that excitement, which was you had a bina moment and you were looking to understand, and you have this energy flowing within you, and you're looking to understand or do something with it. If you trace that back, says the Rebbe Rashab, then you will find Chachma. When you trace back that excitement that you've been feeling, whatever it was, the surge, the desire, what made you go and do work, that moment of okay, I got to make change now. I'm not procrastinating. I got to do this. When that moment came, if you trace that back, you're going to find a moment of Chachma, which is Ayin. Yeshma Ayin. We'll get to that. What does it mean? What does it mean going back to Chachma? Trace it back to Chachma. What's the big deal? Going back to Chachma. What does Chachma mean? If you remember, the only thing that you're probably breaking your head still, in many things, but one of the things is what's Chachma? Bina, I understand. It's understanding. Dissecting something, opening it up, taking it apart. But what is Chachma? Chachma is ayin, it's nothing. How do I process nothing? How do I process Eibishter, Tachas Edir, Shalei Neda, fine. My thoughts are not like yours, but really, what's the best alignment that one can feel in alignment with our Boda, with our Creator? Specifically calls him Boda, Creator, nothing else. We'll get there soon. So, if you trace that back, means that there's a moment of Chachma. What does it mean there was a moment of Chachma? What happens when Chachma gets together with Bina? A baby is born. Tippus Moyecha Av, that's Chachma. The father has a thought. That thought goes down and goes into Bina, goes into the feminine, and 9 months later there's a child. That happens in physical. What happens in the higher up? What happens in the end world of what Kabbalah is talking about? Chachma, Bina, Chachma, Yichud, all this, that, and the other. When you're having a moment of inspiration, you're having a moment that you're inspired, that means that is the ayin, Chachma ayin tematzu. You had a moment, there was a flash, there was a touch of Bina, and Chachma had a yichud, and you're going up a level. The baby has been planted. So, moment of excitement, going back. Pesach is that Chachma comes into full action on the first night. There's a massive yichud with our head consciousness, and it Knesset Yisrael and Chachma Bina, and that's how you go out of Mitzrayim. Before we go any further, please shut your phones, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Shut your phones and just get present. So let's go like this. what is so fine? We know that this year Pesach is why it's going to be different, because you're going to be ready to catch. You're going to be ready to. You're going to be mindful that when you're feeling up, when you're up, you're not just having a moment in Yontam and then you're going to crash. When you're going up, you're feeling that means that you are in Yichud right now. There is one big Yichud. It's not a second. This is for 7 and 8 days. You are in that space. And when you find yourself after Yontam crashing, that's because you're so high up that you went so deep, and now you're opening up from that place. Fine. Why isn't she coming in? Why isn't she coming in? Oh, okay, fine. Okay, I thought there was an issue. Okay. So we can't bring Mashiach without, it has to be alignment. So whether it's triggered, we can talk about it after. So let's go like this. Why did we check in? And why are we shutting off the phones? For those who are new. This is not, it's not a shir that making plan in a shir Torah. This is a workshop. This is, everybody here is frontline soldiers. You're out there, you're doing your work, you're not sitting in koil. You don't have, that's not your job. Your job is to be out there and to bring light, to reveal the light in the choshech, to expand, to open it up, to expose it. So, you have to become present. You have to see how that, whatever is coming your way, you have to see that fastball coming. You have to learn how to be present. So this is a few hours that we get very present. Trying to dial in as present as possible, to be as, first we're all the way up here in the noise, and now turning it all the way down to 0, alignment. Beep, beep. The laser is met. So you want to take the time that you have over here. So no phones, getting present, say l'chaim, relax, and get present. And the avodah is, there's learning the maimer, there is learning it, and there is knowing mamorim, and then there is becoming a maimer. So we're becoming the maimer. You can change your life outside, so you'll start breathing differently. You breathe fully in the body, or you can change the way you breathe, and your life will change out there. Fine. So the word Zazoy. Yesh Ma'ayin. Let's talk about Yesh Ma'ayin. I think it's a very important, it's a very strong revelation. Yeah, we'll go there. We'll do Yesh, we'll do Ayin. The simple meaning is, this is the meaning of Yesh. We are Yesh. But not really.
Yesh or Ayin?
Thank you. So we're going to go both ways. We're going to hit the ball on both sides. Wow.
Yesh physical.
Okay. What?
Yesh is physical.
Yesh is physical, yeah, but there's also the Yesh Amiti, which is the Abishli. Yeah. But somehow that becomes good. I was saving the sequel. So,
Can we point the meaning of being aligned?
meaning what align means? Yeah, of course. Say it down. Let's say what meaning align.
But there is constant spin in the tracing.
No more spinning. Stop it.
Not spinning. But no, you give it a new word.
What?
Tracing is bad.
Well, I learned it the last few days, so I'm sharing
but
it.
that's where we're stuck. I don't want to trace back because I get stuck when I trace back. I want to keep going.
Okay, so fine. I hope I can. I believe I can enlighten you. It's not. This is the minor that I learned, so I was able to make new words for Yesh Ma'ayin. So Rabbi Rashab. Okay. So the word Zazoy. What is Yesh and what is Ayin? Yesh is there is something missing. Yesh is that there is something missing. And Ayin means that it's perfect. It's Muslim. It's a 0, and then there's a 1. The 1 comes out of the 0. The 1 has already something missing. He's already competing. He's already, he's missing something. So they're already competing with each other. There's a component missing. What's missing? The 0. The 0 has everything. There is nothing. There's nothing coming out of it. There's no manifest. There's just everything there. What does that mean? It means that we are all dependent on something else. It's an ilah va'ala. We're all dependent on something else. That's basic stuff. So you're here from your father from his father. You can trace it back. The tree, everything you can trace back. Everything is traced to something. But then there's something which is ayin, which means that there was no reason, which means as follows. There is nothing in our toolbox. There's nothing in our toolbox that can understand what that is. That meaning our Creator, where we come from. There's nothing in our toolbox that can process what it is. Anything you can think of him, he's not. Any type of information we have in our heads, which is colors, words, language, taste, sound, that's not what it is.
So why you call it 0? It's backward, not 0. It's everything.
Efes, Yochid. He's 1. There's no number. There's
Zero,
no number
zero.
there. There's no
But
number.
0 is
there.
also something.
There's no number
But
there.
0 is also something.
We need to use words.
Again, 0, good. So take the 0 and go in with from the 0. Go further. Where do you find yourself? 0, which is already a circle. It's nothing, and then go deeper with it. Just breathe and go deeper with it. You're not breathing. Now you're breathing. Okay? So going into that now. He is self-generating. Our body is self-generating. He doesn't need electricity. He is not electricity. He's not energy. It's nothing. We don't know what it is. Okay? But we are a yesh me'ayin, which means that there is it on top, and then for no reason, mitamal welt is do. For no reason. Not because something here, a string came out and started, nothing. For no reason, mitamal, there is something mirroring back over here, down here in Welt, which we are all, galaxies, billions, it was just like, it's endless. And here we are in the center of it, we're at the bottom of it, the center of it. And he made us b'tzelem with mistavnusa. We're like him. He made us like him. We resemble him. What does that mean? What is his tzelem? What is his demus? What does he look like? You don't know. He's ayin. He's nothing. There's nothing that you can process him with that we have. That's his tzelem, as far as we know. And what happens from there? We come as a mirror out from that. We mirror back here in Welt. This is us mirroring back. But tzelem with his tzelem, which means that we are also ayin. Check your pulse monitor, are you okay? So, what does it mean that we are also an ayin? Just tune into your stomach. Take a deep breath, relax, close your eyes, take a deep breath. I want you to feel, you can tune into your stomach and you can visualize the yud, the hey, a cough. like you can imagine a white bluish light. You Kaf. Let's put, huh? I don't know. You asking me? Yeah. Okay. I don't know. You can picture. You can take a gimel if you want. I think kuf. That's works better. Yeah. So feel it pushing, and it's almost like there is this gravity, this massive push, and then there is this pull, which is from the other side, which is the chaymer, and it's almost like there's the famous story from Rabbi Melech that there was a chassid that came to him. I think it was Rabbi Melech, one of the tzaddikim. The chassid came to him for with the kvittel, and he tells him he's parnasa and he needs a bracha, and he realized that he's sleeping. He already passed away. He's sleeping. So he woke him up. So we know, the Vart of a Tzaddik is nitzchus. It's a life. It's a life that lives forever. It's a neshama kolodi, so I guess it's for all of us. So the Rebbe says we're going to wake up like from a dream state, like as if we're sleeping. So that is the Chodesh Nisan. We're going into Pesach. What gives us the koyach to wake up from that sleep is because there's a yichud of Chachma. There's the ayin is giving birth to us, because Pari has us by the oirev. He suppresses you. How? When he stresses you out with your work and your worry and your fear. There's always something else to worry about. And the food, and the low conscience food, and all the other stuff. So we're walking around with our heads down. All I can see is the bottom. Stress, fear. But if I pick up my head a little, then you see there's a sky in front of you, and it's endless. And you're just this little thing trying to really take in all this, to be the vessel to all this light. But it keeps you down. Pesach is where we're going to Das Elyon. We're going into a higher consciousness, which means that we're connecting. You're starting to connect. How? Because we're breaking makas b'choros, you're breaking para, you're breaking the kira basel, you're breaking the iron vest and the suit, the heavy stuff, the chomer levim that you're stuck in. And how? Logically, how do we do this? By recognizing the ayin, yeshma ayin, that we are here from nothing. There's nothing here that connects me to something. Any attachments that you're holding on to, anything that you're holding on to, that's not where you're from. That's not where you're going to find it, because that's not home. That's not where we come from. You're going to find it when you completely surrender and understand the ayin, that we're coming from something that you can't process. Get to that place of complete taking it in. Instead of projecting out, taking it in. So this is Pesach. Are we clear? Any questions? Clear in this one? On Yesh Ma'ayin? Yes, okay.
What does mean is that will be building what's the case?
Okay. If we don't understand, we'll go into meditation soon, so we'll feel it. We don't need to understand, we just need to feel it.
Actually, you can't understand it.
We need to feel it. We need to feel it, yeah.
What if the Arumi Poyikad is the Chacham?
You want to go to the gym and work out? What if the Arumi Poyikad is the Chachma? So Kim the Torah tells us, Avuda Mida Lapara B'Mitzrayim, V'Yitzein Hashem Hashem, V'Yad Chazukah, V'Zroi Nativ. V'Moire Gudel B'Oisis, V'Moire Psim. V'Shchutim Gedoylim. V'Yitzein Hashem, 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 V'Yad Chazukah, V'Zroi Nativ. So fragt die, wo ist schlecht man zusammen in den Kopf rup? Have you dort the Chachma? I don't think so. How do I know? Because I'm able to pick my head up a little bit now. So I know that this is not what Chachma is. One second, let's go. He wants to do the das. So why that? I think, yeah, this now. Okay.
Thank you. So, Yetzos. That's always the question. Like, I'm good like this.
Good like what?
You good like
This,
what?
like now, I'm good.
Okay. Let me.
Meaning, is het doe het nog, or this is...
V'hinei, tachas ha-shlem is hazeh shel Moishe Mashiach b'chiyas ha-mesim. The tachlis and the shlem is in Moishe Mashiach, which we are right now, with chiyas ha-mesim, which is, I think we're here right now too. Shehi gilui oir ein sof baruch ba'olam hazeh. This is the gilui oir, the galus of oir of ein sof baruch ba'olam hazeh. This ein sof baruch ba'olam hazeh, hagashmi. How it's going to show up. Let's just say you're good. Okay, fine. Talab b'masena b'v'desena calls my meshach hagolas. Ki hagorim schar ha-mitzvah hi ha-mitzvah ba'atzma. Ki b'seyos ha-mamshach adam gili oirin sabarach v'namala lamata establish b'gashmis el mazeh v'dov v'shohoi atchila tachsham shelas klipis nega. In the Kabbalah Chizuk menashem kol dvar ma'atohirim b'mitar shenasmach ma-mitzvah mitzvah masis gam klaf tefilm mezidus ha-b'tohira k'mam mazal l'ich sholech shon ela tohirim b'mitar b'vicham. Okay. So, by doing, everything is energy, right? The Siyash Ma'ayin. By doing a mitzvah over here, what is a mitzvah? A mitzvah is a high conscience thing. Anything you do, you're mamshech. But it depends what you do and what type of toikev you're doing it. If you're doing a mitzvah, then you're bringing in oil. You want to drink?
My question is, how do we bring this, like you brought us now in a good, or me, I could say for short, in a space where we're good, we're iron. But how do we take this iron? How do we stay like in iron? Or
do you know what iron is? You're feeling it? You're saying you're feeling it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing is not to get into your head with it. Just be with it.
What he's saying is, he's in Vikas all day, so he wants to be.
Just the opposite. I want to be in Vikas all day.
Yeah, you are.
I wanted to
This
carry
is the Vikas, right? You
well,
are good.
now we're in Vikas.
You have to understand something.
Okay, so
Listen,
you're in
I'm
Vikas.
jumping to wanting to take it later. Why am I jumping?
It later.
Listen to this.
I got the answer.
Listen to this.
It's now.
We are always going to end up in Vegas because this is who we are. Okay? When you find yourself out of flow, then you're not out of flow. You just need to bring awareness and alignment into that space. What's the matter? Okay. One second. So, yeah.
Bring the Vikings to the
Yeah, so that's why you need to bring it in. And that is, in other words, we need to find ourselves. It's almost like shooting arrows coming all over. Every mitzvah is tzafse v'chibur. He is a mitzvah makes no sense, and this is the mashal brings esrik. A mitzvah makes no sense. Why an esrik? Why eat? Why do it like film like that? Favustake. It makes no nish favustake.
Said before, how does this bring from iron? Why do I need to even do the mitzvah?
Because it doesn't make. He doesn't even know.
So favustake is the mitzvahs.
He doesn't. It doesn't make. First of all, let's go to the first thing. It doesn't make any sense. Why a mitzvah? Why it's film? Or why that? Exactly. So it comes from the market. It comes from the service. It's not mamal. It's service. It's a rotzen. It's like this is what I want. No reason why. It makes no sense. because he is ayin, it's yesh ma'ayin, and we are also doing, so by doing something that is an ayin thing, that makes no sense, we are connecting this body down here with an ayin, and we bring him also into the ayin moment. So from inside out, from outside in. It's the talis, atifas talis, to bring it in.
So just when you surrender.
What?
It's only if you surrender to it. If you didn't get
No, let's use the right words. I don't know what surrender is. Mindfulness.
Yeah, but it is Sanushim and Amuda, you're not doing that.
Mindfulness.
Not connected.
Happy with Sanushim and Amuda.
But you're also doing something. That's this step.
So that part that's doing it, not while not being connected, that part is. That part is what needs to bring awareness into. That's where you need to bring awareness into. That's toyu, and you need to bring tikkun into that toyu. Right. So you can do the same thing. One day you're connected, another day you're not. What is that? Okay, that's a toyu. You need to bring tikkun into it.
I think the story is the mind says this said you're in the Olam and you work him out.
Yeah.
He was in the Olam wir schon lange gestorben. Die meinst du die lebst?
Vayim lo vayamas.
Yeah, he told him you're in the Olam.
Right. So he brought him in. Sogav is Ratzon, and then Ayin is Hecher from there. There's different levels. There's Ayin. There's Ayin in Chachma. Then there's also Ayin in Keser. Keser is also Ayin. So which one is it? Because Chachma is already Chachma ma'ayin to Matzeh. Chachma is already coming from something. So Chachma is already a thing. To us, Chachma is Ayin. But Chachma, to where it comes from, he's a Yesh. He's already something that comes from something. And then there's Keser.
What is I?
So it's like, from diese Kinder, schon wie eine normale Dinge, it's already
Correct.
described, it's already.
No, so there's Mala is here. Then there's Sogav, and then there is Ayin.
But you said from where the Chachma, from where it's coming, it's like a service. The iron, but because it's already such another normal, it's surviving.
Correct. Correct.
I'm
So what is Ayin? What is the Zach Ayin? What is the Zach Ayin? Chachma, we know what it is, but what is the Zach Ayin? We don't know. We have no expression for it. You just have to expire any type of. The way to get there is by, and this is how we're getting there. We're exploring every avenue until not this, not this, not this. I'm not afraid of this anymore. I'm not worried about that anymore. Until you find yourself, that's going to be the Mashiach. What is going to be Yechida? We're going to be connected to.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I is something. It's mysterious. I'm not a kind of have idea, or there's nothing at all from the beginning.
It's the same thing. It's no difference.
It's something. I'm not a kind. Ich kenne mal der Weike. Ich würde gar nicht verstanden, aber ich weiß nicht, was das mit Ziel kommt.
Feel it. Feel your question. Feel a question if it's you have the ayin, if you're not a kaila for it, or if it's mysterious to me, or if it's something that we have no idea for. Feel the difference, and you can tune in here. You feel this thing break. You want to try. It's a chidush benavish. It's like it's. But Pesach, we're getting aniva malach, aniva sarav. What's the expression? Where is this? Ani hivala achanai. Ani hivala da shliach. Ani voide ba'atzmi. Voide and atzmi. Etzem alayim. He's like, everybody get out of the way. There's no time to play over here right now. Because if I do this yichud with any type of shliach, then it's already a yesh miyesh. The yichud is already coming from a yesh. It's already coming from a 1. It's already out of the 0 equation. If I send anybody else, if it's already a shliach, even the most highest sensitive shliach, there's already a sensor in the middle. And the yichud won't be 100% with the Neshamas Yisrael. Because in order for us to rejuvenate, we need the highest. We're coming, Allah Mashava. We're coming from the highest place. We came out of his brain. He had a thought, and there was a ratzon, then there was a thought, and then it played out. So he himself, B'chvoidi ba'atzmi, Etzem Alain is the one that's making the Sichad on Pesach night. How do we do this? Here, down here. How do we connect to this Etzem Alain, to the Zach Alain? How do we connect to that? What action do we take here that resembles something that is, we need to ground everything. Shabbos, we cook the food, so they bring in simcha in the house, they bring the shefet to be grounded or something. Even the food goes to the garbage. You're cooking, so there should be the bruchas achalza. Matzah is where it shows up. Matzah is lechamani, no ego. Which means that this wheat, this weitz, it's such a high conscience, there's no yeshes in it. The 0 possible yeshes is in this weitz. It's watched from the second it's planted, and second it's I'm adding from when it was planted, fine, go with it, no problem. I'm sure that Satmar has an uptaling that watches it from the minute it's planted. Okay? Why not? Why not? Noch a kvetch. We want etz ani v'voidim atzme, and this is what they do. They're bringing it into Olam Asiyah that way, right? So there's somebody watching that from the minute it's picked off the. So this seed is planted, and then Shmir Mishas Katzira Tom Sevet Nas Regen done. Too much rain, they already go to a different field. This is out. And they constantly keep saying it's locked up, L'Sham Matzah's mitzvah from the second they bring it in. It's watched. It's the people that are working on it watch. They keep repeating the mantra, L'Sham Matzah's mitzvah. This vibration goes into the food. It's done in 18 minutes, even faster. They keep cleaning their hands and sanding down the sticks and the wood and all that. And then we eat this matzah. This matzah represents chachma. It represents chachma because it's ayin. It's as the Alter Rebbe expresses it, a child can only start speaking once it eats dagan, once it eats wheat. Why? First he says because it makes no sense. Why dagan? He says that. And then because dagan has complete bittul. There's no yeshes in it. The wheat has no yeshes in it. So that can transfer this energy of something that is going to eventually align, give us, these bodies are going to flash when this moment happens. When this second happened, we're getting this massive yichud and goes through the veins of the whole world and all the galaxies and all the veins, and we are the first to receive that all the way down here. And with that, we're communicating. All the way back, we become one alignment. We're in an incubator for 8 days, protected, no eating, no klippa, no yinika, nothing. No chametz, there's nothing. You're 100% aligned, which means that it's really happening. And we need to melt into that. You need to find yourself in that. So we drink the wine. The wine is bina. Because it's a spashtas. When you drink wine, you open up your mind. Your mind opens up. So we have 2 cups of wine, and then we eat the matzah and the chachma bina. Once you have 2 cups of wine, the gezaistim are a whole different story. And then add some mutter in that. This is the rapé. Add some mutter into that. And then the charosis. And then you have the lettuce that was picked, no worms and no nothing. Make sure it's dry. Okay? And you are basically on fire. You're downloading this moment, this ayin. And then comes fine das. Nog een 15 cup is een das. Then we start counting the omer. Yes, that's how we start growing the baby. Going through all the midas, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, Netzach, Yisod, Malchus, until we get back into, when we're all the way down to Malchus, what happens? We align in Kesed. What does that mean? We're going all the way to Shvius. We're going all the way. Why stop? Saving the Schode for später. Sitzen mit der alte Schode. We'll frische Schode.
Kann man smooth werden?
100%. We know how to do this. Yeah, we're just going to get together and sit in meditation. Drink 2 cups of wine and just sit. Matzah, yeah, you say that. Matzah and olives. I like olives with matzah. I think so. Just taking that. So, B'kitzur Amaisa, so like this. So, Malchus, listen to this. We're going back to the Yesh Ma'ayin. Malchus, yeah? We are Malchus. We are the vessel. Now, Malchus is Melicha, and Kesser is the crown for the Melicha. So we are Malchus. We're the Malchus down here in Welt. And we're aligning with Kesser, which we said before, that's the real Ayin, the real Yashamiti. Ayin. I'll just say Ayin so not confuse anybody. It's the Ayin, it's the real Yash, it's the real Sach, it's the real Ayin, because we have no language. We have no language how to process it. So it's Ayin. I have no, it's not this, it's not this, it's not even that, it's not even white, it's nothing. So what is it? I don't know. It's nothing. That is, how does he show up here in Welt? In Malchus. In us. So we're preparing ourselves. So yeah, so here we go. So we're going all the way down to Shvius. So we're getting into Malchus. At the end of Malchus we meet Kesser. Shvius is Matan Torah. That's when we get the Torah. Which means that Arais Mechachma Nafkir, the Torah comes from Chachma. Chachma Ma'ayin to Matzah. In Shvius we go to the place where we receive the Torah. We're going into Kesser. So we have Pesach, we have Shvius. Go to Sikkos. Sikkos is the bin of the Makifim. Bin of the Makifim. I don't go to Sikkos. I'm in the Pesach right now. It's good. Sikkos tickelt on Chaltz van those. Charos coming from them Sikkos. Shoo. With lentils. Like those Charos coming from shark teeth. So, I think it's important. So 1 second. First of all, yeah. So we have the Pesach, the matzah. That is round 1. That is basically dus is Pesach. Dus is Pesach. Pesach is also machal dem hemenusa. By eating the matzah, you're going into massive amunah. All the questions is like, the ego is like, Amalek, really? Matzah, what? The matzah gives you the koich. Now that you have the information, you know where to drive the koich to. I believe I'm fully present in this moment. You just activated right in the center, right here. Chidush HaBenefesh. I am here in the moment. This is it. You have no choice. You can be hit or embrace it. So then we have that, and then we have one more thing, as we're continuing here in the Pesach situation. Is anybody saying L'chaim? No, enough drinking.
It's so interesting. So this is Saivi, but anyway, I mean, it's your choice. You want to get hit with it, and there are people who can anything of the side of Gishen, the minute that I other is to stand with an end. And it's neman and it's enjoying. And then actually things move. After the moment, so the disease it.
Jump back and forth, that's what it was.
The Alter Rebbe says it. Exactly. 1 second. The Alter Rebbe says exactly that. From Meridas. Through the Meridas. Listen to this. I'm not going to find it. I'm just going to go. Here we go. To through the mutter, through the bitterness, from the how far you are from Hashem. Through that we are ma'orer the Yidgim Mitzrachim, which is Yidgim Mitzrachim. Hashem Karachim B'chanam. So why through Miridus? I was thinking about that. Why? What? But why do we need it through? Why do we need it through Miridus?
Because that's a very long way to get something fun.
Where else you can see it?
Yeah, where else are you going to see it? You need a platform. You need somewhere.
Okay, so you're good, but you're still a few degrees away from the body.
Takes away the ego.
Because this is the only way the ego can process it.
Through the Marias.
Yeah, because we're just slaves. We're slaves.
The other side is I.
What?
Slaves, no.
Because we are slaves, and therefore, when the guy see git, you find a way to sabotage it. So no derech klep, verstehst du? But if you're going to change that, but that is as long as you are in when chachma is in kaparov. One sec. Hey.
Toen nog zo'n wauw?
No, die kan zeggen wel, maar ik haak van hem eens had me zo'n de muziek is. Je gaat terug naar de midden. You don't have to truly. This is a training facility. Yeah. No. So the word is so through Meridus, because unfortunately they're paroi. Listen to this. Listen. You got to lean out too close. Other bisschen lean. So the mazur on später. Well, right. Okay. Fine. Just my sensitivities. Nothing to do. We'll talk. Why through Meridus? We're technically sold as slaves to Pare. Okay. In every gullus we are taking on a different embodiment. We're taking a different body. And what happens is that we pay a tax to that energy, to that koyach. Right now here it's in this body. So Meridus is who cashes in when we are in Meridus, who cashes in when you are in depression and anxiety, who keeps everybody in depression and anxiety, stuffing the pills down the throat instead of doing what needs to be done. Start eating healthy, do some breathing, do a workout, learn some high conscience stuff, eat high conscience food, and you're good. But if you do that, then Paro is out of business. But nobody left Mitzrayim, not a single Eva. Nobody was able ever to leave. You need to be sprayed and sprayed again, and fear, pumping the fear, listening into all the garbage. There's always something. There's always going to be something. There's always something that. So, Pare gains from that. We're paying a tax to Pare. It's a ministry in Mitzrayim, but there's different. So now let's go back. It's when the Eibusher took out of room, had him gewissen the Stern, gesagt, Kol Yezarachim. What did he show him? He showed him light. He showed him himself. He showed him massive consciousness, awarenesses, and presence, whatever he showed him. So Avrum was masking that. Avrum said, Kol Yezarachim, I want a promise. Because I know this is no easy feast over there. I mean, how easy? How are we going to? He asked for a promise. The Eibusher said, "No problem." He said, "I want all my kids. You want all my kids to be able to reach this level." So he said, "I will have a program for you." Brisbane Absarim and Tardema. He fell on him. He fell asleep, and all that. What did he see? He said, "Go on, some bagas and kalta shvais." We're looking at 2023, we're stuck. Not anymore, but 2020, 2018, 2008, whatever, he saw all that. But through that Meridus, we're able to understand different levels of light. That's how we become aware of our potential. Because if nobody pokes you, if daddy just keeps feeding you, you ain't getting off to do anything. You're staying home and you're sleeping in, and you're wasting your time. But if you have to go out there and really you're squeezed, then you find your potential. So in every struggle that you have, there's a mystery, and you need to look at the mystery of it. Now that you are not afraid anymore, you understand. Chachma ma'ayin timatz, you understand that we are yesh me'ayin. There's nothing that holds me. There's nothing that can hold grip of me. My problem is not going to be, my solution is not by dealing with the problem, by stressing out over the problem. The solution is by disengaging from the problem. Downloading more positive flow. Torah, mitzvahs, so on and so forth. That's why through Meridus.
But the Meridus pushes you to...
The Meridus is our enslavement. But remember something. Yosef HaTzadik is again the shalat of everything. And Yosef HaTzadik, again, the Poisech Halemus, he was the smartest man ever. It was Yisoid from Yaakov. I mean, he was the Zach. He planted, he the Oitzers, right? Remember, he had ungedreid that. Er is aangegangen tief in Mitzrayim, Paro in that, and this was after the Baba Surah had schon gespendet dort na Pushu, and that gezoek van dat gegeben dat 10 markers was gehabt, that was the Nagum, that was when he took her. So she was already in the virus, already beat him up and weakened them. So by the time we came into Mitzrayim, by the time we came to America, there was no teeth anymore. Somehow we got and we're waking up. Fine. All right, I think we should sing a song. Start a song. Ellie, you want to start?
No.
Who wants to start a song? First a song, everybody. You want to start? How would I make Close the eyes for a minute. Should I turn the light? Yeah? Lights out? The lights out?
Lights out.
Alright. All lights out.
At your own leisure.
Alright. Okay, this is how we get intimate. When it's just you and yourself. And it's just you and yourself, and it's a sacred moment. How many times do you have that you're just with yourself? You and yourself. You and yourself. How many times have we you and yourself here in Gulas? How many times have we you and yourself? It doesn't exist. There's always somebody else there. Somebody or multiple bodies. Pain, stresses, worries, judgments, all types of judgments. The wires are burned. So close your eyes. So everybody close our eyes. Relax your head, relax the muscles in your head. Take a deep breath in from your nose. Now remember something, that we are only separate as we show up in the lowest level. This is where we separate. Before that, we're one. Now, not everything is one before that, before it shows up here in Welt. Not everything is one. There are some things, most things are not one. Nothing is one before it comes here, as it comes down here into Welt. Why? Because choshech is separation. Klippa is low frequencies and separation. You guys try to abstain from the phones. It's very distracting. Because we are one. We're doing a meditation there. It's a meditation about connecting. Nothing happens. Let's just be mindful of it. Take your time for yourself. This is your time, yourself. Whoever you're trying to help out there is going to benefit from this way more. Because if you align yourself energetically, then everything else shifts. So, choshech is in separation. everything, all the felka, everything is separation. Because they are, it's a choshech, it's a niva, it's at different levels of klippah. Only we are in one. We are in oneness. Because it's the light. It's one, it's Agdus Hashem, and what's his Agdus in the word? Okay. Eins. Okay, fine, but say that we're in oneness. So as in the bodies we're separate. The problems is what separates you even more. So if you become present and you align yourself, we'll befrat when we're sitting with a minyan Eden, which means each and every one of us carry an ois. We have multiple oises, but there's the one ois that puts us together. Our ois is the letter in the Torah. The Torah has 600,000 letters. The black and the white, 300 and 300. Can I get the 600,000 Neshamas Yisrael? So we have multiple letters, but there's the one ois that we belong to, that we come from. So when we're sitting together in a tzibur, if you minimize yourself, you become present, you tap into your ois, to your letter. And there's a powerful tziruf over here. If two letters, then you have three letters, Aleph Beis Gimel, then here we have whatever letters we have. This is like Ein Soif Tzirufim happening. And everybody that's sitting together, this is from Sheshis Mei Bereshis. This is how this is happening all the way down here right now. Because Sheshis Mei Bereshis is also happening right now. Everything is happening right now. This is just all the way down like a yo-yo, all the way down. But we're rolling back up, or like a slinky, going in and out, back and forth. So take a deep breath in, mouth open. Releasing from the back of your head, the das, that's what's waking up. Mikira Barzel. It's going to take us off the Mikira Barzel. We all have metals in the body. Our bodies are full of metal. Which one? Koitzeruach, avoid the kosher, but more also the metal is like, if you check yourself, those are like the metals. There's metals in the body. The first thing to do in the health is like cleaning from the metals in the body, from all the vaccines and all the garbage, the processed food and fruits that we're eating. All that, the metal stress feeds the metal. And it's like you're being pulled against your will. How many wake up over there already with an anxiety attack? There's an anxiety in the chest. You're being pulled. Something is pulling you. What's pulling me? Hello? I just woke up and everything is actually taken care of. What's pulling me? What's the stress? What's the anxiety? I just finished an amazing day. What's pulling me? What's pulling you is that Kira Barzel. Paro is pulling you. It's a magnet. It pulls. It's a magnet. And the way to get yourself out of this straitjacket is by just completely let him pull. You stay where you are. It's like somebody pulls you and then you let go of your sweater and he falls down. There's a mm-hmm. So you want to keep him with a schor in his hand. And this is how we're doing this Pesach, by just being mindful. This is what we're doing here, getting together, connecting from behind the separation, where we're all really one. And guess what? Once you do that, you let go and you pull back and you become one with this powerful tzirif, and then you come back into the body. When you're going out there again, stay in your meditation, I'm sorry. When you go back out there again, when you're going back out there, you said, like, what am I doing when I'm going back out there? Then again, guess what? Your letter, your ois bris kodesh is showing up. Now you are that achdus in the guf, and then we're going to get together, and there's going to be like a picture. There's these huge pictures with 1 million faces, and it makes one big face. It's in the Jewish Children's Museum in Crown Heights. Yeah? So this is what we're going to look like. Remember, these guys are Mashiach trained. All they do is about what the Rebbe said in Zichus. Right? So now when you're going back in Welt, you're stepping. How do you do that? By first letting go, dropping your phone, dropping your worry, dropping everything. So the metal has nothing that gives it action. There's no gravitational pull from the other side, so it drops. It just drops down. You're activating it by being stressed. When you're stressing, you're activating it. And by letting go of the stress, it drops. The metals drop. Simply that, how many times we do this? When we do the breathing or the meditations, whatever we do, I tell you, just relax your toes, relax your feet. By simply relaxing, you're changing the way you're walking, and the way you walk is what is on the other side of the mirror. And if you want to change what you see in the mirror, is by just surrendering. It's simple. This is Reb Nachman, Bria Chadasha. This is what came over Sukkot from Reb Nachman. So this is not some sophisticated, some colorful stuff on YouTube. This is Torah from the Tzaddikim, the Velikim Chaim, Chaim Merocha. So, getting together, getting into oneness, aligning right now, this very second, this moment right now. Chaver, we're going into Chodesh Nisan, coming out from Chodesh Adar. Adar is Simcha. What's the Simcha? The Simcha is Shabbat Zachar, Parsha Zachar. If you didn't listen, Parsha Zachar is remembering. Remembering what? Chaim, remembering what? What are we remembering? We're remembering that out of all the Retzonis, everything that's happening, the Ein Ketz Machshavas that's happening there's the one thing that he decided to act on, which was B'ni B'chori Yisrael. Okay? And here we are. And by remembering, we're aligning our vessel down here, our Malchus with the Keser, which is that B'ni B'chori Yisrael, that one memory that he acted on, so to speak. Okay? And what do we remember from that? Shabbos HaChodesh, Parshas HaChodesh, which what do we remember? That we're Yesh Me'ayin. He is Ayin, and B'Tselem came with that mitzvah, he made us like in his form. So he is Ayin, and we are Ayin. Because it's not an Ilu V'Alu, it's a Yesh Me'ayin. Who is the real Yesh? Is he the real Yesh? Are we the real Ayin? He the real Yesh? Guess what? It's the same thing. Says Chassidus, says the Rosh Hashanah, says the Torah. That's this Galus of Mashiach. That's the Eirish of Mashiach. That they're revealing to us the secret. That if this is reflecting back, we are here, a Yesh Me'ayin. There's nothing here. And Mitamol, this balloon shows up and we are here. So what do you see in the mirror? You can only see in the mirror what's in front of the mirror. So the same way he's Ayin, we're Ayin. The same way he's Ayin, we're Ayin. Breathe. Mouth open. Good. Open the vessel. Like you feel like when you switch from the nose into the mouth, it opens up. It expands the plastic. So, aligning, becoming one behind the separation of the bodies. And with this powerful energy, you're coming back into it. With the koyach that you're walking back into tomorrow. You're walking back into your day or tonight home. To your wife, children, your food, whatever it is that you're doing. You're exploding these metals. You're blowing it up, nuclear, because it's, look, fine, I'm not going there.
Yeah, go there.
You see, in Etzisrael, so many tzaddikim, they eat anything. Drink Coca-Cola, they eat processed food, it doesn't affect them. Right, they come to it, they're not careful with their diet, they eat anything. Because they're above it, it has no shlit on them. Yeah, because our frequency is low, so we get pulled into it. But if we have the tzibur, the koich of the tzibur, and we power ourselves up, and then so now you're out of the body. That's why out of the phones, let everything go, drop everything, drop everything. Say l'chaim, drop everything. Align with the higher energy, the higher consciousness, with the Torah of this is the Efer Parah, Torah's Mashiach, Chassidus, Bashem Tez. Emes ekosima, l'chshefutz menesech chutza. When got Mashiach Kimmen, when down the Torah is on the Rosgan, my Nesech Chutz and Rosgan and Drosen. What does that mean? That this Torah just unlocks your brain. It pries it open, it melts it, it breaks it, it shatters it. This is what's going to take you out from the metal, from the Iron Curtain. I think Pesach has been is clear, right? Everybody knows their job for Pesach. Good. it l'chaim or nicht? What's the matter?
L'chaim, l'chaim.
Another song?
Huh?
Another song? So, yeah, Pesach. Says Levi Godel. Yesterday there was in 770 Mugatanza Nechnanach, right? Nechnanach, people were flying in. Let's begin the Simcha because it's Chov Zayin Adar, the second 2 times that I've had a stroke, Chov Zayin Adar. And that's when he gave over the koyach to the Chassidim. All to us. Shlichim, we're all Shlichim.
That's what he said, it's on you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? That's when he said? What? Ches Nissen, he said.
He said, it's now giving over the mountain to you.
But what Chav Zayin Adar is when he had the stroke. Yeah. Yep. What? Oh, the Rebbe. Yeah. Right away. Coming up. Yes.
That's why he said,
I like the feeling. Okay, so so we're going to say something here from the Rebbe, as per request. So the Rebbe goes into a memory. We're almost going to learn it, but then I thought it was going to be too, Alter Rebbe is easier to, to get into. That one is more of a limit when you take it more focused. So the Rebbe is asking a question. So he goes into a whole question back and forth. If you saw it in the God, it says, so Edis is something that you do. The Torah tells you to do or not to do, and it gives you a reason why to do it or not to do this. Chukim is something that the Torah tells you to do without any reason whatsoever. Kacha, whatever, I don't care, this is it. And then we have Mishpatim, which is something that even if the Torah wouldn't tell us, we would still know, like stealing, Sichlis Sachen, that we would understand, no stealing, and like we would learn sneeze from the cat, from the Chatul, and all that good stuff. Says the Rebbe, then technically speaking, it's a whole pilpul. It doesn't go in order. Why is it saying Moa Edis Vachukim Mishpatim? Why doesn't it say either go? It's confusing because it's not aligned. It should say either Edis Chukim first, from top down Chukim. Then from Chukim is the Zach that has no reason. Then we have Edis, which is the thing that the Torah is telling you why not to do this. And then Mishpatim, which is we would understand automatically. Either go from top down Chukim, Edis Mishpatim, or from bottom up Mishpatim, Edis Chukim. Mishpatim would be the thing that we would understand anyways not to do, like not beating each other up. And then we have Edis, which is the Torah will give you the reasons why not to do this. And then Mishpatim. And then Chukim. Says the Rebbe, so again, so we understand, everybody's clear. Chukim is, paradim is a chak. Makes no reason, makes no sense. Nobody understands, none of it makes sense. Nobody knows why. Nobody is the reason. It's much like a yesh ma'ayin thing. That's exactly what it is, the yesh ma'ayin. So by doing that, again, that's why it's Matar Toherim, Matar Matamen. Matar Toherim, Matar Toherim, and Matar Matamen. Why doesn't it come out right? Matar Toherim, Matar Matamen. Nine. Matar Toherim, Matar Matamen. Okay, we'll do this after. By the way, I tried this on my private time too, in my free time. I was going to Friday when I left the Puradim. I'm like, "Sie kennt nicht raus." The Bucher geht nicht. Purify the unpure, and unpurify the pure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, we have enough from the unconsciousness then. I decided to come in, so now we have clarity. We got the Puradim done. So the kids on a Maisa. Says the Rebbe Zoy, just the way, listen to this, you want to hear it? This is next level. You ready? How the Rebbe is like pulling down the whole curtain and melts the whole illusion. This is nice. Seeing it? I mean, back in the day, that was like, this is stirred up a crime. Yawning, but the devil. Either you're not drinking enough, or you drink too much. So, Zug the Rebbe Zoy. The same way the chak makes no sense. But you want to crack that chip that's holding in the center of your head. Listen to this. You ready to let go? You want to feel the chip, the potted chip in the center of your head? Yeah? Okay. The Rebbe says the reason they're not in order, the reason he's not asking it in order, we're talking about the Haggadah, which is the Magid. Zuk to the Zach, yeah? The same way the chak makes no sense, so too does the Edis and Mishpatim make no sense either. The whole thing is a spiel. The whole thing is not really the reason and the sibba. The whole thing is we come from ayin. We come from something that is
beyond all the reasons.
Exactly. That's where you want to go. And beyond all the reads, it's right here, right in the light, right with the das chip, right there in the back of the head. That's beyond, because das is the one that gives you a reason, like the high conscious reason. But where das wants to take you over Pesach, where das wants to take you is that the mishpatim, the reason that you understand that too is just like the chak. That makes no sense. If you want to know what a chak is, figure out what a mishpat is, something that you do understand, and it's just the same way the chak makes the same sense as the mishpat. What? Yeah, if I'm saying it like that. There's all bizarre. Yes.
So what's the same thing? So why does it play
The
out
purpose
like
is very good. The purpose is, listen to this. The purpose is you should find yourself in this mold. In other words, how are we going to become aware? How does this water become aware of itself? In the ocean, he's not aware of himself. This was in the water, in the ocean. This cup of water was in the ocean. He was one in the water. A Yam Suf. There is no. You're there. You're in the pool. You're in the hot tub, and now your body is perfectly acclimated. You're not even aware. You're fully surrendered. You're one with it. When you come out of the water, when you come out of the shower, you feel the cold in your body. Now you're becoming aware of the body. So the first symptom, that was the yam. The first symptom was putting it in the cup, which is separating us. The second symptom is waking up this. First, we're woken up into an ego, right? I'm a kid and I need, and I have to. And then all of a sudden, somebody's knocking on the door. You're like, why is my life not going? Why am I there? So you have no choice. You start waking up. You're like, wait a second. Werd ich gevraagd? It's my ego that wants. It's my ego that desires. You start surrendering in whatever way you need to surrender to. Whatever way you need to surrender to. Okay? And you tell me you don't know. You know. You were twisted. Now you're straight. It's okay. So you don't know. You want more. Okay, so now the second symptom is to wake up the cup, the water in the cup, to tell them hello. Don't worry about what you look like and how successful you are. Just go inside the cup. Go inside. Now that is the purpose of this chukim and mishpatim and the edus. That's the purpose of it.
You're not aware.
You're in the water. You're tzaddikim yojim to the same. It is shem mishtasheh began eden. The Alter Rebbe has an expression. Somebody once questioned me on it. Tzaddikim are there bored over there. How many times can you drink? Can you have fly around one again? I mean one yichud after the other. They're like no. They're waiting for this little chaver down here to bring some action, bring some karbanos, bring the behemoths. Start sacrificing your behemoth.
That's another reason for the leaders.
Yeah, of course. So, that is the purpose of Chukei Seder Mishpatim. The Rebbe reveals this to us when he's telling us that it makes no difference. It's a zolbe mishmash. Eidus Chukei Mishpatim is zolbe zach.
At one point, the trip becomes board for everybody.
What's that?
So at one point, the trip becomes board for everybody.
The trip comes board for everybody. Well, the Friediger Rebbe says it, and you gotta again do that.
Ja, was meinst du, dass ich wegen Hashirim verdreiche duschen?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Wow, the book is so good.
Everybody's going out at one point?
What?
So everybody's going out at one point?
The Friediger Rebbe says, Chaparan, because soon you're going to be bored. You're not going to have what to do with your day. So to speak, but I'm fine with that. I'll find what to do.
And why not do it?
Yeah, elf en andere. Wel, volgens wel sterk in. Why would you want to come back unless men ziet er gaan, ziet erop. De huizen. Come back. So, fine. We're covered with that. Das. We're covered with the Pesach. We're covered with the Chukim and Mishpatim. Can we go one more thing with that? Let me see. Vanaf 2 minuten try.
Or the Masir.
Yeah.
Can I ask about Yeshmar?
Yep, he wanted to ask first.
So, it's you gotta be in Yesh and bring down iron.
Yes.
Or you gotta.
Yeah, you have to be in the Yeshus and bring the iron into it, which means that, as we said before, if you trace the bina, if you trace anything you're doing, you're going to find the sikhli in it, which is the chachma. Which means, in the sandwich, in your work, in everything that you do, you need to find the ayin. You find the Eibishter in that. When you're in the squeeze, when you're feeling, you're pressured, you find there's an opportunity there to find the eye of the storm.
How?
What?
How?
With real data, I can tell you how. If you have a real thing, we can do how. Yeah, I mean, we're talking clearly. If you want how, then either you have a real thing, or you can do this.
It's not going back and forth between yes and ayin.
What's that?
It's not going back and forth between yes and ayin. Meaning.
Thank you for the plug, Ellie. Well, you're not going back.
It's not going back and forth between these two.
We are going back because we are in the bodies. We're always going to be in the body. It's going to be a more refined body, a more refined gift.
It's not going back and forth. It's being in yes and bringing in ayin in the yes.
Correct. And then back. Yeah, it's going back and forth. We're going from one to the other. You have moments and you have moments. You have weeks, you have days, you have better days, you have better months. You have
Rutsi v'shoev.
Exactly.
The shvacha moments are the yes moments?
The shvacha moments are, well, it can be, if the way we're calling it tonight, yes. That's the yesh. But let's get more clear with the toyu. When you're not in alignment, you're in toyu. And we need to bring tikkun to you. That's better. That's more. Bringing tikkun into toyu. Any type of confusion you're in, to bring the tikkun into the eye. Bring the tikkun into toyu.
Okay.
All right. Okay, you want to add something?
My question is, me, Taisach, or Marcia consciousness? How do I get it together?
Sure. It's a very good question. I can do a little now, then you can go back to a few shares from last year. And then we can, fine, I'll answer the question, not for sure. It's a beautiful question. Matzah, Murir, Abrakozis.
Technical.
One second. Listen to this. Okay. After the second cup, make sure, try to have the first two cups bigger cups. If the red wine is too, I'm giving you instructions. Right? You go to the doctor, then you go to the chemist. I'm giving you where it's at, how you want to tap into it. If the red wine is too heavy, get a rosé. But try the first cup or two, especially the first cup, because you have to sit there and listen to everybody's toilet. So especially the first cup. And the medaik and the kazesim, but they're not medaik and chatzos. So there's trouble. Okay. Fine. So fine. In Chabad machen ze de spelen ze geschehen. De eat chasharf. Even a half hour before chatzos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I'm teasing, but yeah. So I don't, but you know, when ik ga nog de pachet van de heim. Ik ga nog gaan eten. They were never in Avdus. They were always in Chedes. So
we have to work on this year.
What's that?
We have something new for this year.
We want what to stay. Fine. So B'kitzur Amaisa. So the first cup is the biggest. Once you drink the first biggest cup rosé and put it in, if it has to be red, because there's somebody going to be screaming, so it's a bit mishpat, all right? So the last quarter is red. So the first two cups are big, definitely like an 8-ounce cup or even more, even bigger. Try like a big cup. As you finish the first cup, you're going to sit down and you're going to feel a little lightheaded until you may feel that you want to pass out. That's where you want to be. Okay? In other words, you're feeling yourself. You're starting to feel good. This thing is starting to make sense. In that space, in that moment, you're like, Atzilus, we are in Atzilus. This is what's happening in Keser right now. This is where Keser is acting out right now. With a cup of wine, matzah. Why? Because there's nothing on the table that has yeshes. There's nothing on the table that has ego. Even the people sitting around it, they don't have the yeshes because that's what he said. He's like, I'm taking you out if you want to, if you don't want to. There is no yeshes there. You can sit with this baggage, that baggage. There's no, you can let go of all the judgments. There is no yeshes. Now guess what? If you are going to hold, you can be the one person by the table that is aware of that there is no yeshes, and you can raise the vibration around the whole table. And it depends how strong the vibration is. But the more present you are, and if you're not that strong of an energy, then a few chaver are going to ask you, was the cancer sugar not present?
You're hiding the expectation so much, and I'm going to be so scared that it's going to fail.
But that's 1 second. That's why we're practicing now. We're in boot. This is boot camp. That's why no phones. That's why don't ask. That's what we're doing. What's that? So you have to. They have to get them drunk too. You have to for sure. For the little ones, a bissel lavasa, a little bit. You got to put in a little bit. Get them going. It's a Pesach of the world. What the heck? What?
I never drank a cuss in Pesach.
Okay. This year, L'chaim, you're allergic to wine?
No, I drink wine.
You don't drink? Oh my God. What drinks? The grape juice? Fine. You know what? Some. By the way, there's different divisions in the army. Okay. There are the guys that are the tanks. Then there's the foot soldiers. Then there are those. There's special forces, of course. Which we are. But then there's also these chaver that they call them the tunnel rats. They go into the tunnels. They go deep into the tunnels, and they dissolve the bombs and all that. It's a very dangerous job. So special forces, they drink wine. Then these guys that have to go into the tunnels, they have to bring a bitter tapara in down there. They drink grape juice. So you can choose where you want to be. You want to be a tunnel rat, or you want to be coming with the elite. The elite are going to be drinking white or rosé, topped off with some red.
I told my wife I'm thinking of drinking rosé.
What's that?
I told my wife
Hold on one second. Wow, we're in attack there. Okay, hold on, Chevron.
Special forces.
Special forces.
Besides rosé,
yeah, you could, but sometimes the red may get you a little nauseous. 1 second.
Drinks rosé?
Yeah, why not? Why? Yeah, for sure. 1 second. What I'm trying to eliminate is this. Is what I'm trying to eliminate. Hold on, guys. We're still giving instructions. We're going on a mission. This is a very specific mission, and you want to be the best that you can be. And I'm just trying to give you the instructions based on what we learned over here. So you want to listen to this because in 15 days, it's action time. Okay, in 15 days, you want to be ready for this. Okay, so now you can drink red, kol hakavod. But if you're going to drink red, you're probably going to get a little nauseous because if you didn't really eat. And you drink a full cup of wine and you take it down like you eat it, so it can hit you properly. You're gonna get a little nauseous. So why put yourself through this? Like I shouldn't have done it. And then she starts screaming, "You're not here." And then you're like, "I was fine with bridges." So I'm telling you, drink rosé, which is light, other vasa. Whatever it is, whatever your salesman recommends, whatever he makes the most on, whatever he recommends. I'm sure it's fine, but at least give me the gift good. Tell me what's good. And it doesn't have to cost a lot. More than whatever. I'm not going into prices. Good, L'chaim. Ik mag een boltje with the feather. Wat de ham brengt aan.
How many ounces? First go.
As big as you can. Find the rest of the glaze. The travel. One is like a fighter jet, and one is just like a box. Oh, if you're good, then you're good. Yeah, fine. Then go for the red. No, definitely the red. If you can do the red, then do the red. 100%. No, there is. It opens up more. It's like more cases. It's more white. Not something goes into the head. Here. Hold it. You want to be in the head. You want to make that ear in the head. So the kids at Amaisa, 1 second. So we're now like this. So we're going into Atzilus. 1 second, somebody asked a question. He asked a practical question. I'm middle answering a question.
This is a question.
He wanted to know practically in Olam Asi, what are we doing in Pesach? Okay, fine. So I told him first go back to the Shirim back in the days, or we're going to answer now, which is matzah, wine. Okay? And now, matzah and wine. And now we said that after the Ishta cup, once it hits you, you want to become present to the fact that we are in Atzilus right now. Anything and everything that's happening around the table, wherever you look at, you are in Atzilus, and this is the energy of Atzilus right now showing up by the table. Soon. That happens by Afikoyim. Okay? And what does a Afikoyim look like? You can't move. You're full. So that's where we're going with Afikoyim. That's Atzma. That's what it looks like. Like, can't even do this. You have to stuff it down. Do I really have to do this? Another cup after the Afikoyim also? So that's what the Chodev Atzma looks like. So this is what you want, and so this is how you do it over here. Now, what's going to give you the koich and is going to help you drive that is the matzah. The matzah, the Michael Amanusa. Imagine you drink a cup of something a strong coffee. Is it going to have an effect on you? If you drink a very strong tea, is it going to have an effect on you? Yeah? Any type of something that's going to play with your mind, is it going to have an effect on you? Okay? The matzah has that effect on you. The matzah has that level of effect on you. It will twist your mind out from your belief system. It's going to raise your consciousness. Leil Shemur. That is Pesach. So the first 2 cups, that's where the action is. But after the second cup, you wash right away, so you can't really enjoy it. It's hapchon panic and pressure, and finally in the zone is and you can't process that, because I think it's by design this way. I think because the matzah is supposed to do the work of it. That's when you go in, and that's where the yichud is with. You're fully open. You're just, now I want to chill. I need at least an hour after the second cup just to be with myself, and that's when the kids are like, yalla, we want to eat. So you eat the matzah, and now you're processing the bina together with the matzah.
Bina is the what again?
Bina is the wine. Bina is the spice. You drink wine, it opens you up. So first you get drunk, so you open yourself up, you excite yourself, you're loose, and now your appetite is open, and then you go into the matzah, and then another 2 cups.
But that's where
matzah is chachma.
That's
yes.
where action.
Matzah is chachma because chachma it's thin, it has no ego, it has no taste, it has nothing.
So dort wird geboren, the action. Now is action. When jeder hat tut sich hischen, darf essen, and dort now start working.
Das is, I'm not sure yet what he's saying.
What I'm saying is stay present, even if the oilam hypchunz
is
getting agitated, you're going to be there.
No, they start banging on the table. It gets very loud. So very good. Yeah, that's number one. It's not very good. But the reason we do that is because here, let's get very, very real over here. It's foreplay. One second. Yeah. Said for sure. There's different chachmas, but let's get simple. There has to be a foreplay first. You don't just show up. You get dressed, and you drink a cup of wine. You talk. You get comfortable. We're doing foreplay. But they say that we're starting first. We're getting stomach eating hot matzah tishnad, and the gums. It's hard, and the digestive system. But now you're after 2 cups. You're ready to go into the yichud. You're ready to make a yichud with chachma. After the fertig cup we do das. Das is what we're processing right now. By the way, the understanding we're having right now is from last year Pesach still. Where do you think this is coming from? And this year Pesach we're coming in more mindful, and the idea is we want to get to a place where we're in and out. In and out. In and out of the shell. In and out. Not even Rutz V'Shoev. I'm not even talking about Rutz V'Shoev. I'm talking about being present and just being present and just keep taking that. It's like the brain is in a fog. Yeah, 1 second. I want to go there. The brain is in a fog, and then you unfog it. You're aligned.
Again and again.
Like, yeah, you want to. Eventually, we're going to click in, and we're just going to be in flow. We're going to be in Vegas the whole time. But right now, you have moments. Now, the way we're going to gain consciousness of this is by learning the language. By learning the language of because we're having moments of dvekas, we're having moments of consciousness and full alignment. You just don't know because you don't speak the language. You think it's that moment that you're chasing something else and you're looking for something. That's when you are connected. You are right there, and because you don't know how to process it, you're looking for something to give it out, and you end up doing something that's not low conscience. Right? I made a good deal. Now I got to go party, and then you have regret. Whatever partying means, you should celebrate, but whatever, I'm just trying to make a mushroom. I'm not judging anything. Go party, but I'm saying, be mindful.
It's not my choice.
What?
I want to go out of. It just happens in my life. I have moments like this.
Of course, it's not your choice. It's not. 1 second. There is a time when we're going to get out.
Good.
The choice is that I have an idea that tomorrow could be the day that I'm going out. That is the choice. The animal does not have that choice. He is not looking forward to tomorrow to be out of his fog. He is fully present and this is his life. This is his daladam. That's his square miles that he protects, and this is where he grazes, this is where he hunts. That's it. He's not looking forward, and he doesn't feel bad from yesterday. He doesn't remember anything. He shakes it off. He remembers it in a different way because he's present.
So I also learned the language, so when that moment comes, I can process.
Exactly.
Open opportunity.
Exactly. You know how to process the opportunity. You have a language with opportunity. Ma'akat Tyson what? Opportunity is going to come?
You have to be open to opportunities.
1 second. 1 second. Hold on. We're dealing with a very strong... Spreek die kasje nog allemaal?
You have to be open to opportunities. Ma'akat Tyson that it's coming.
That, right there, right there. Yeah, it's right here. That is Amalek. Not you, Chadashul. No, we're identifying something. We're identifying a deal, a file. But, what do you want from me? How can I hear? Bechira, and choose that something could happen. When? But I keep choosing, and it's like the finger stuck by the door. I can leave it there, it hurts. If I pull it out, it's going to hurt too. But if I pull it fast enough. But if I leave it there, I'm for sure going to hurt. If I pull it out, there's a chance I can make it. So we got to keep pulling the finger out.
Can you find the code of Atzma that you said before?
Yeah, which part of it?
You said that.
Why don't you get
I
down
hear
there?
it from one side, but I want to see it from the other side.
Again, repeat.
You said like the heaviness of the stuff down the gun.
Stuff down?
Stuff down the gun.
Yeah, okay. You want to hear Chodev Atzma is back to what we started off with, that we are a Yesh Ma'ayin. We are a Yesh Ma'ayin, and the Yesh is the same Ayin as the Ayin. Just like he's nothing, we can't process it. So to the Yesh, we can't process. What does that mean? That our life makes no sense. It's chukim and mishpatim.
Yeah. So.
One second. Yeah. The same way the ayin makes no sense, the yesh makes the same no sense. It's edus chukim and mishpatim. Be careful with that thing. It's edus chukim and mishpatim. Your life, the life makes no sense. It makes no sense. The Alter Rebbe asked in Tanya, what's the title from Tavis Noshim? Like something that's full of... So what's the title? Like it makes no sense. Right? But that's a big one. That's a big one. I mean, he's talking from his level. So, but he's given, like, he didn't come down to the playground to play with us. He was raising the bar. He's like, get there. Okay? So, well, let's go back to your question, saying, so just the way, this is how you process atzmas in the body. It makes no sense. Does it make sense that I need to stress out over my day and different things are going, not going? What am I even doing this for? Like, what's the point? What's my mission here? What do I need to do over here? But Pesach, 1 second. Pesach, we have the moment where what's happening is that there's a yichud in the consciousness from Avodah Atzma through the matzah, and the matzah will give us the koyach that we should believe something's going to open up. The question you asked last year is not the question you asked this year. This year you're asking a deeper question. You're asking a more meaningful question. You know how to ask the question. And now you're learning how to feel the question in the body, because it's not something you want to understand. You want to feel it first. Instead of changing the world out there, I'm going to change the way I breathe, the way I walk, the way I conduct myself. And automatically the outside is going to change. So too, the matzah, first I want to feel it, I surrender, and that's why you need a cup of wine. That's why we're getting drunk. Before Moshe the Behem, you get him drunk. You give him water. You give him something to drink. So before we shech the Behem, we give him 2 cups of wine. Then you ask the question. After the first cup of wine, now we can talk. And by the way, I heard this from somebody. Yeah, I think Roberta said it to me. We're talking about set and setting. He's like, the Seder is a facilitation. It's the ultimate facility. We're being facilitated by Hashem, by our Creator. He's taking us out of Mitzrayim. He's like, if you want to be facilitated the right way, it's not in some dump down in a basement and in the dark, and you're going to be processed like a Ben Melech. Sitting by the Seder table, all dressed up, the best wine, matzah, everybody's dressed up, lights, candles, the silver, the jewelry, everything is out there. Like, now we can talk. You drink a cup, the best wine, now you kick back, ungeland, mag zeggen, bist ungeland. Now let's hear, what's your problem? How are we going to facilitate? What do I need to do? Where do I need to surrender to? What's going on over here? What's my trauma? What's my drama? Let me take you out. Now we're talking. What's your issue with the issue? So, that's the facilitation.
Is het even die gevraagd?
No. Was it gevraagd? Hold on. So why is that? Heb je zelfs geantwoord? Dat is
Nog meer? I think, is it that we see ourselves for who we really are? It's something that we can't understand even. Basically, that's the amount of our beings, of Yiboy the Master. Seeing ourselves for like...
We are yesh ma'ayin. You're never going to understand it. We can only experience it. So the way we're going to experience it is by going into Mitzrayim first, hap and get the klep. Now we're aware of the bodies, all the pain, every spot in the body, every ounce of pain. And now you can experience it, because we're not going to process him in the head. You're going to process him in the body.
Joy also expresses through pain.
So you got to make 6 million hidden film in the body in one night.
How? We're going to make 6 million?
Yeah.
You put him in the oven first. That was a joke.
It's not a joke for everyone.
The question is,
Well, let me hear your question. Maybe I can sing you a song so you
matzah is
understand.
litigation.
What?
Matzah and Vana, the Gashmi is gesagt.
Ja.
Du kannst dieses Spiel sein, wenn du mir sagst, auf die Rede ist ein Schön. Das erste Mal, was du drin war, ja, der Ernst war der Moment.
Wir hatten im Beginning getroffen.
Ja.
Tiefe question.
We
went through this for 2 hours.
Für wie überstand die Matze?
Wie stammt der Matzah?
What's the source of the matzah?
It's a yesh man.
He's missing the connection.
Yeah, no.
He's missing the connection, the source of the matzah.
The source of the matzah is what?
That connects
The source of the matzah that there's no yeshus in it. Shmir Mashas Ketzira.
What's that for the matzah? What's that for the matzah?
Exactly.
Let it put in go.
So first of all, it makes no sense, like every other mitzvah. And second of all, this happens to be a mitzvah that makes a lot of sense.
Why specifically in the matzah? Or we can machen dezelfde zaak met de chocolate. Nein, ik verloor ik ken hem naar chocolate. We zoeken naar deze matzah.
Correct. So therefore, the matzah has no ego in it. It has no yeshus in it.
What's the connection? Total the connection. Wat is de matzah?
Hold on. Die is hier ook aan voor het sigaret. Ik ga geven de ganze recipe.
Dat is het trek nog eenmaal. Het is niet vreemd. Het is het trek nog eenmaal.
Ik versta. Okay, so
what's the why the matzah? Why the wine?
So do this whole time that she not only have? Yeah, no. Ich versta. No. I understand. Hold on a second.
Erik vreemd, wat hebben ze de matzah, wat hebben ze de waan? Dat is het eigen vreemd.
Yes.
Die verstaat dus een question.
Ja.
Ich verstehe das Arbeit, versteht eine question.
Ich habe dich früh gegeben, was gerät von ihm vor 2 Stunden. So, was verstehe ich? Wie bin ich stark?
Ich auf der Matze, da kann ich gar nicht.
Was?
Ob du vergehst, um zu karten, das geht daran mit dir. Man machen, wenn man nicht, das hat man Ich trage jetzt, ich habe gefragt, als man leicht daran, was ich kann wohnen, dass man schnappt, dass man fällt, dass man zermult, dass man Platz vergeht. Etwas geht daran, mach schon, was auch nicht so gesagt. Geht daran, in der Matze, man echt.
Okay, so, let's keep it simple. Jede Essen hat in dem a code. Apple hat ein code in dem, was macht das an süß. Banana hat noch andere code in dem. Brood hat auch ein code in dem. Es wird geriefen Chumetz. Matzah hat ein code, es wird geriefen Matzah. The code Matzah comes from Dugan. Dugan is something that has no ego. Dugan is something that is Chachma. When Chachma shant up doing Welt, when they energy Chachma mirrored through millions of galaxies and shows up in every galaxy in a different way, when Alanda doing Welt is a Dugan, he's wheat. He's so powerful that in order for a child to start speaking, he needs to eat Dugan first. Because he has to tap into a Koyach Ma. Yesh Ma'ayin. He has to read. That's something that's beyond our comprehension. How do we speak? All right? It's a moment of... It's a Chachma moment. What? No, it is Gunish Masik. It's Koyach Ma. It's Chachma. It's beyond the Suga. Because it makes no sense. Hold on 1 second. Okay, possession, please, for that. Okay. Sie nicht, dass weiß und als weiß nicht. He's downloading something that is not to be known. He's downloading as something in Koyach Ayin. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just listen to it. That's it. Sure. He's starting to speak something that he doesn't know. An unknown thing. So we're tapping in, what's that? You're bringing it into your head again. Just listen, sit with it, that's it. He's downloading Das. Das is really not that we know. Das is connection. Das is such a deep level that it becomes one with the person. 5 fingers is das. I have the fingers, but I'm not. It's a part of the being. So too, he goes into a place that it just become das is ultimate connection. So we're tapping into something. We're becoming one with something. We're becoming one with that feeling. That it's not something that I. Why do you love me? You need to think. Well, actually, yes, because I'm so one with you that I'm not even aware how much you do for me. So I need to think for a minute why I love you. So I just gave you the answer when it's going to come up. Okay? Zijn we goed? Gezondheid. We gaan zingen. Dan gaan we nog een keer met de maanden. And I'm ready to eat something because I'm hungry.
Am I your student?
Sure. And I'm your student too.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I answer?
Please, I told you to answer it. But you know what? I think you're the perfect guy to answer it.
A question van hem geworden? A question van hem
So okay, efforts on higher councils, by the way.
Wijs.
Okay, now you can talk to him.
Huh?
Okay.
So you have to go back to the source.
Yeah, of course.
You have to go back to the source. What's the source? The Torah. The Torah result is much as that.
Wat gescheten? Wat staat op de rug?
Van Matze mag man selbst. Wann sie trinkt. Bis um es schmecken. De Torah zoekt dus een zaken weg energie, ze beginnen voor
alles voelen vregen, zo kennen we maar.
Het ligt in de Torah.
Chaim Baruch Hashem.